area yao tinje zao zinaloba jina siko sobaji na behave abnormally mauru nazisha vurugu most probably kasilota rima guno wanafanya marobari unstoppable weze nipiga stopper me properly pita na your property toka mababi manamli tondoke poverty na mina fear nobody sini marobaji ukiwa area yao tinje zao zinaloba jina siko sobaji na behave abnormally mauru nazisha vurugu most probably kasilota rima guno wanafanya marobari unstoppable weze nipiga stopper me niko tumta napiga mandira uko na asset hizo ni zangu na nazirangu utaekewa mchele ama unataka pilau umdenge amelalisha na nataka ni rao zote zinashika hizi bad over feather huku naitanga kitenda vili na tega nimebebagia mnoma na gongo na mabega mito kunyamba tabila kunyambisha ndenga chukua ni uno double ni 6 taki picha za kuro hata wasitu ni 6 hizi streets ni haram kuboronja na mapigs tuko maplans flani sani kiane zina 6 ndo upate services kikabei KCA nikijisikia na piga survey utalii nikindonjo watahala masanse juu 80% ya maboy wao makase cheki niko na criminal record niko na buzz za kitambo stay record what the F do you reckon for less ndo zako na ulisema wezi second 100% na waosha 100% kona milioni na kuwa mosha tunapita na yo property toka mababi manamli tondoke poverty na mina fila nobody marobaji area yao tinje zao zinaloba jina siko sobaji na behave abnormally mauru nazisha vurugu most probably kasilota rima guno wanafanya marobari unstoppable weze nipiga stopper me properly pita na your property toka mababi manamli tondoke poverty na mina fear nobody sini marobaji ukiwa area yao tinje zao zinaloba jina siko sobaji na behave abnormally mauru nazisha vurugu most probably kasilota rima guno wanafanya marobari unstoppable weze nipiga stopper me self kata kila piece kama pizza number 1 Spotify boom play na diza 2 highs like atuka pili ni biza mikonga soko duneza dhali made of freezer Air Force 1 chini niko juu ya tiki gang siziro na mamiti mkwela mero kama blinders niko piki na haga size yake mezibeba kama niki off left sipping on Hennessy na lime two things I don't waste my energy na time nafanya naka easy but heavily na rhyme magala for the gang and it don't cost a dime I don't play games with the pop kama chess sureko kwa magazine TV na press shughuli za mshua isi work me na guess naweza kila chocha kuna denisha iten properly pita na your property toka mababi manamli tondoke poverty na mina fear nobody sini marobaji ukiwa area yao tinje zao
feel the freshness all day every day
properly pita na your property toka mababi manamli tondoke
wewe nitapita na your property chunga yeah I love the thuggery in the song, man. The first time I literally had the jam, it was from a very innocent TikToker, and then she was just singing like word to word, and I'm like, god damn, just the action, you know, kuna venye tu you put the actions, do the attitude and everything, and I love the lyrics too in it. But anyway, karibuni sana, that is most probably utapitwa na property, but you better tune in ndo sipitwa na marobaji, you know, na mabam nigga, you know. You know, yeah, I like that. He's such a hardcore rapper. I really like that. I like
he was there.
Yeah.
Simply Peter hivi. That day, he was the one that was seated here with the Drelana Vanga heavy hoodie. That morning.
Man, so ukijificha mtajuaje when you know.
It's just a calm person, but very last, was it 3 weeks ago or last month? Ulimgotea after kurudi, but before kumgotea. But he said hi to him. He's just a quiet person.
Okay, shout out to him.
Really amazing.
Most probably, yeah, we like that. I like that flow. I like that jam. It's just bumping. I think that's my new, I don't know, it's a gengetone or a drill. That's not a drill.
That's something
it's like
new.
Kind of
a
little dance on.
Yeah, because it's giving dancehall,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, I love it. I love it. Shout out to them with that combination of Metro Stana, you know, an amazing jam. But karibuni sana to another reaction episode of Reaction Time, or the Reaction Time, right here on the media of the 21st century. Every Tuesday and Thursday we get to do it from 4:30 to 5:30, but of course sometimes semester will be late, but better late than never. Karibuni, I'm the captain of the day. My name is JOBY. Ensure as you tune in you hit that like button, subscribe if it is your first time, and ensure you enjoy this amazing conversation by engaging. And of course, karibuni sana. I'm tuned in by the one and only Kamlesh in the building as well, and SH to the money.
One.
Karibuni, how you guys doing?
Thank you so much. You're doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. I'm blessed.
Distraction, come back in.
I'm Blessed and
Yeah.
one day at a time.
No, you come, Lesh.
I'm great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really great. As in, this is how I was feeling today. But this jacket, I was feeling.
It's really cute.
I love it.
It's the one.
Yeah.
I remember. It's really
I was
nice.
telling him to give me this jacket. Animal print is like my favorite print.
It's
Literally, you can imagine.
That's what she said.
It's nice. A nice nice
You need to
hoodie.
pass by. They're really, really good things.
I know. I
Nowadays,
always
super
pass
dope.
junaonanga ya mtaani pia ziko hivyo, but I've been going to the one ya mtaani, sitarudi tena. I
Kwani-
think na change soko.
Why?
Unarudi huku.
As in sija, yes, I used to
No.
buy over there and they're the same price. So it's like also new
The
ones.
updates. Just
Eh,
the
but
updates.
niko like za huko za chini sijui ni mko na macho zinakonga tu zimeweza, because I was there like last week. I'm like bocha niangalie jacket.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything nice and I was like mbona sikupitia tu huko chini nichukue, you know.
Yeah.
And Kamlesh has been pulling up with like really nice hoodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also have. I think
Yeah,
like
you
right now I
also
really
do.
have so many.
A lot.
Nimechokadi nazo, but I can't get enough as well. The fact they're affordable,
Yeah.
and then they just look good, you know, and then you can rock them with anything.
Yeah.
They just
You know,
look
and the
decent.
funny thing is, across the road, there's a guy selling T-shirts at twice the price. And
So
I'm
you're
like,
what the hell?
yani t-shirt yako ni ruas.
T-shirts.
T-shirt, like
Yeah.
kenye unanyeshewa by the way, kanashika mwili
Bado usikii, unasikia bado baridi.
mbaya. Ruas.
Crazy. And this is just less than $1 for those
Kioo
calculated in
tu.
dollars.
Kioo. Sawa.
Man, usiambie
Chiki
watu
kwa
hivi
kioo.
tu ukiangiwa.
Yaani watu wajiangalie kwa kioo.
Yeah.
Watu wajiangalie kwa kioo. Yaani ukienda kwa kioo ujicheki hivi na hii luku. Sawa.
Period. But anyway, karibuni sana
You and Joby
family.
are matching brown and black.
I didn't even guess that.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Wala
Brown and black.
katano.
Brown and black.
You have a bit of
Beige.
not really brown,
Beige.
beige, yeah?
Yeah.
Close to this.
Yeah.
But anyway, karibuni. I'm also doing amazing. Can't complain today. Woke up really feeling shitty today. I don't know why. Who told you? I like expressing my feelings very well. I like letting my whatever outside for the day. You know, in talking. I don't know
Sema
why I woke-
ikutoke.
Yeah, and then you talking.
Literally.
Same in talking.
Yeah.
Since I woke up feeling that way, but I'm just feeling better right now. Yeah, I met a baby that was really looking so cute and chubby, and just like come chocolate, and I felt really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I
Babies
came
have
to
that
the
effect,
office,
you know.
and then so Kamlesh also, with his weirdness ignited my mood,
Aye. The
Yeah, and
igniter.
of course also having the show. I will say personally also having my show, it just brightens my mood a whole
Yeah.
lot, and also having someone like Kate who's always gonna crack your ribs in different ways. So yeah, don't be so poor and so black, by the way. That's the hashtag. But on today's conversation, we shall be talking about hey, there's a traumatizing video currently at actually 372 likes on TikTok. I bet millions of views currently. Very traumatizing story. When I was listening to this, actually, I asked myself, how did I even listen to this?
Okay.
It's a similar story
Why?
to where we had this lady where once she was called by a famous radio station right in the 254, and she admitted to be sleeping with her father.
What?
I mean, the story
Yeah,
is known, remember?
nakumbuka,
Yeah, she admitted
yeah.
to be sleeping with
On
her father.
radio?
Yeah.
She admitted to be sleeping with her father, and she also admitted that
She was even
she
jealous
was
of her mom.
she was envious of her mom. It came to the point where, because they were going on vacations, having like good times with the dad, now private times, to the point where she now became super jealous of the mom. And I don't know, the mom discovered? I can't
think-
remember.
I don't know if she discovered though. I
Yeah?
don't know. It's just a confusion.
Yeah, so this is this lady, I've seen her a couple of times. Maybe she might be familiar to you. Or she's a TikToker.
Yeah, I know her.
Uh,
She does makeup.
makeup stories
Yeah.
and all that. So this is one of her. I love her makeup actually, because which I feel like she's simple, I can't compare, and I always feel like it's more
Poppy.
doggy. Yeah kinakwanga like that.
Calm.
Calm makeup, which I really really like, because I learn a lot also when it comes to makeup artists in different ways, because they are clients,
Yeah.
what people like,
Yeah.
eyebrows, what is trendy, what is up Kamlesh. Oh, nimemtoa kwa kamera. So she was telling this story, and this is traumatizing. I don't know. It's the audacity of how many people also doing this out there, man.
Gani, we
What
don't
is she
know.
doing?
What is
Their
she? What are
fathers.
they? Oh, it's
But
the
she's
same.
sleeping
It's the similar story.
She's
Yeah.
doing the same.
Yeah, she was sleeping with her father from when she was in high school, and mom never knew. It became until they first kissed, it was weird. Then they apologized to each other. Then sijui kafika mali, sijui alikuwa ameenda graduation maana ni wapi, wakaenda kuhug, ati lips zikaguzana, and then everyone was quiet, both of them. Then
I think nimesikia hiyo part.
so I don't know if you've seen the reaction of the people.
haven't
Kuna
yet.
there's this famous guy anaitanga mluo
Mjaka fine.
Mjaka.
hapana kuna
Who was socialite.
huyo
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah.
He was like, what do you mean that I was sleeping with you? What? I'm gonna show his reaction. It was super hilarious, but listen to this.
A side chick for the past 10 years now. Story time. My father and I got together when I was really in high school. This is going to be a bit complex to explain, but follow me closely so that you don't end up judging me wrongly.
No,
Being
no,
the
no,
only
no,
girl between my mother and
we
father,
will
if you can
judge you.
relate and
We're listening and we're judging.
No,
That's the
already
concept
Nisha
of
could
this.
judge, by the way.
you're the only girl, you know that probably you're very close to your dad. Growing up, I wasn't the only girl, but I ended up losing my older sister, who was the other girl in the family.
I feel like growing up with a very awkward dad, that's why we saw it was even weird. There's a video that went viral of a father hugging his daughter very closely, and then everyone rose tantrums online, was like, that is not the way to handle a daughter, that is not the way a father should handle a daughter. You guys, there's something going on, or is this a script, I feel like personally, so growing up from such a background, I'd be so quick to judge if I see reviews or parents, especially male parents, who are so close to their daughters. I don't know, it's because of growing up with a really cold father that makes me reason it's hard to have that closureness. Should I call it closureness? That sounds sexual. Closeness, closeness with your dad, you know, but not making it look intimate, because I feel like some really look intimate.
I think it comes from a space of maybe the society how, and of course also
How the society views it.
as actually put it out there,
Yeah.
and of course also from a space of maybe if you didn't get that, or you didn't, so that is not a familiar relationship. Because I've been into homes where, because I also mean nimereziwa as a taga, you know, nothing to do with like saying I love you, like
hugging.
hugging. Hugging ilikuwa like
Okay.
nikitoka shule. I'll boarding 3 months later na kuja kwa mama yangu. But it's not like every day we hug and we tell each other good night, I love you. No, mtu anaenda kulala naambia good night aende.
That's it.
So that's just the way, and then I go to families na naona how they're very close with their parents. I'm like, oh my god, you even tell your parents like that, and it got me thinking. It just depends on the family you come from. Literally, because it actually exists. There are fathers who have like that good relationship with their daughters. Like nimekuwa nikiona nao ya maboy. I don't know if you guys have seen men, they are going to their mothers, maybe mamake ana watch TV and then anamwambia tu kwa maone venye the mother is gonna react.
Like mama
like for example, I'm just watching TV and then my boy comes, you know, anakuja,
your son,
my son, he comes and then he's on my arms, and then just to see how mothers react. And apart, most of them, they just like opening their arms and hugging them.
What about daughters?
It's I've seen for boys and their moms, you know. Dads and their daughters is the same.
What about daughters and their moms?
And their moms, I've not seen daughters, I've seen for boys and their moms.
Because trust me, I feel like most of also the relationship with moms is awkward. Apart from her, I swear, like for real.
Like,
For real.
if
If your mom doesn't know how to be affectionate, like trust me, you just grow up. This is my mom. That's it. Like you really, alikuza tu, but you really never felt that affection. Like you know, it's not
maybe
there.
they didn't show it by. Unajua kuna wanatumia word of affirmation. Maybe unatumia action yake, maybe ilikuwa ina show. Unajua tu unapendwa, lakini si tutaambiwa or I don't know. The people who show love in different ways. I feel like their love language is different. Love language yake maybe si kukua hivo, but maybe love language ingine apata love language yao through provision.
Can I tell you,
provision,
you
know, and stuff like that.
My mom used to be, she was such a huggy person. Also akikuhug, felt like, especially for me, should give me like four kisses.
Yeah.
I also used to that.
Yeah.
Like it was so normal. And then my dad, yeah, do use a name. My dad that do use a name. Then also stayed with my stepmom. She also didn't have that affection. Mind you, she's supposed to be a mother figure, right? But I didn't see that apart from just me, also to our daughter.
Yeah.
Like I feel like until last year when I went back, that was the first time my stepmom actually hugged me, like super, almost like 5 minutes, like, hey, let go, it's enough, you know. Like,
and it was weird.
yeah, it was
To
like,
you,
wow,
because
didn't
it's just Zoya.
yes, just Zoya. I didn't
Exactly.
expect that, you know, that was, it felt so affectionate, like, hey, you made me for real, but hey, okay, I feel like it's just not there. But let's continue with our lady storyteller.
So after that, it was my brothers and I, as well as my parents. Now, most of the time, it would be my dad picking me up from school, and because I had just lost my sister at that time, it was very hard for me to process her death. So every time that he would pick me up, we would go to the park, we'd just sit in the car and just talk about the death of my sister, and both of us would help each other get through it. Now, one day while at the park, I would like to preface by saying that neither of us coerced each other into what happened, but while we were sitting at the park, the car got quiet and somehow my father and I ended up kissing. It was very unexpected, and the environment thereafter became so awkward. We both apologized to each other. At this point, I was quite old enough. I was actually in my final year in high school, so I understood perfectly everything that had just happened and what it would do to our relationship. So both of us apologized, and the awkwardness did continue for a few months. Now, it was finally graduation day, a few months after that initial kiss, and my father and I hugged. Unfortunately, on this day, my mother couldn't be around because she had to travel for work. So at my graduation, it was just my father and I, as well as my brothers. While my father was congratulating me, we hugged, and when we turned, our lips touched and we kissed.
They kissed again for the second time.
That became the second time that my father and I kissed. This time, none of us apologized. We just looked at each other and hoped that no one had seen us.
So no more awkwardness like the first time.
Anyway, when it comes to school, my father is one heck of a serious man. He does not play about education, especially that of his children. So after grade 12, I never even took a gap year. Immediately, I was enrolled into uni. It was during uni that my relationship with my father became so serious because he would come over to where I was living. He had actually rented me an apartment, which my mother was well aware of. Even all my siblings were aware of where I was staying, but somehow some days my father would come over and he wouldn't go, and you know exactly what happens when two adults of different genders share a room. So now, in case you're wondering, there was never really an official conversation between my father and I to say that we're now together, but just from everything we were doing, you could tell that we were together. We would go on holidays together. Bear in mind, none of my family members knew about this. And to just consolidate the whole idea that I was officially his side chick, he would give me money after whatever would happen, and our relationship just continued that way. It even got to a point where he no longer addressed me as his daughter, would call each other baby, and just from that, it's enough to explain what was going on. Let me also mention here that at this point, I had started to resent my mother so much for reasons that I do not know up to this day. But just from logic, the reason why I started to resent her was the fact that she was the other woman in the relationship that I shared with my dad. Sometimes it would so happen that every time we were together, she would end up calling and he would have to leave, and all those things just started to anger me. Anyway, while in uni, my father would obviously give me a lot of money, or in this case, my sugar daddy as well. He would give me a lot of money, and because I had seen how hardworking my mother is, I think it rubbed off on me that I ended up starting a business. This business has been quite a success, if I do say so myself. This business becoming a success meant so much to me because I knew that eventually our family members would catch on to what was happening, and I would no longer receive the money that he would give me. So I knew that this was definitely my chance to make it big with my father's money. You might be wondering why maybe he wouldn't have given me the money regardless. Honestly, I would never find out if he would give me the money if I wasn't his girlfriend, because at the time that I was old enough to handle money, I was already with him. We shared an agreement that for my father to keep helping me with the money that he would provide and keep being the sugar daddy that I had in my life, I didn't have to have any other man. So it meant no other relationships. My father is the only man that I had ever known. Now, I know this sounds insane, but this is exactly what happened. 10 years into this relationship, last year my father officially kicked the bucket, and this traumatized everyone in the family. I'm sure we all understand how a funeral goes when it's the breadwinner that has died. Now, losing my father was traumatic, and I thought it would eventually bring my mother and I close together. This was actually the start of greater problems that I never imagined for myself. The drama was started by my grandparents at the funeral. This part of Africa, once a man or woman loses his wife or her husband, it's required of them that they should be cleansed from all the evil spirits of their previous partner so that they wouldn't see the ghost of that person. Apparently, if you're not cleansed, allegedly you could continue to see the ghost of your spouse and you'd never be free enough to move on to another relationship. Now, this is alleged because I have never seen this happen to anyone, my peers, or anyone that I know that has lost their husband or wife, because I have gone round to ask, because this thing has been bugging me. I'm sure you're all wondering how cleansing of the widow or the widower would bother me in this sense, because I wasn't even married to my father. Now, this is exactly how it happened. So, on the day that my mother was being cleansed, because in this case she's the one that had lost her spouse, when she was being cleansed, somehow my grandmother, who's also my mother's mother, claimed to have seen a vision, and in that vision, I was my father's spiritual wife. Now, don't even bother asking me what a spiritual wife is, just go and read about it, because I also don't know what it is. Anyway, so after my grandmother believed that I was actually my father's spiritual wife, I was called into the room that my mother was being cleansed, and I was asked to say the truth if I had known anything about my father and if any way we had gone out together. I don't know if this was a tactic they played on my mind, but they told me if I don't end up coming clean and I had actually slept with my father, it would never be possible for me to move on to another partner, and that my father's ghost would continue to torment me. Now, we know how all elders are probably superstitious, but I don't come from an era where we believe in such superstitions. So according to me, I just thought, you know what, these people are overthinking and nothing at all will happen to me. These demands from my family kept on coming, and I said no, because who's about to accept that they have been going out with their own father? I mean, that was just absurd. I continued to say no, and eventually they said it's up to you if you choose to say yes or not, but from what it looks like you have been going out with your father. For a long time I believed that these were superstitions, until certain things started to happen to me that haven't been adding up, and this is why I'm here. Every time that I come across a man that likes me, bear in mind that this has been months after my dad's death, every time that a man approaches me and he claims that he likes me, we will exchange numbers, and immediately he texts me. When I respond, these men just end up going MIA. And yes, I have reached that phase where I would love to settle down, but I don't know if this has any connection to what happened between my father and I and what everyone claimed at that funeral. Okay, now, our good sis, or whatever we'll call her, has been going through a lot, and whatever has been happening is obviously insane, and it has been insane telling this story. But if you're in the
Yeah, so that's the story. And why am I bringing it to the light? Because this is the second, I think, now viral story that I'm hearing about this, and that's why it's really shocking to, and you need to ask, and maybe investigation should be done by friends or people. You know, are people really sleeping with their dad, especially those with money, you know, so that they can keep sustaining those lavish lifestyles that we see? Like, your dad is your own sponsor, like for real, your own sugar daddy. Like, you really not, you really going back to where you came from? Like, you really going back for real? You know,
You're going back
like
to what you produced.
No, like
As a man.
you as a child too.
Yeah, but you're basically going back home.
Oh my god, that's
Like,
messed
this
up.
is so
Or
embarrassing.
somebody
And then it's also the confidence, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I was talking about and addressing the confidence of Kenyans specifically and online. Hey, Kenyans are just overconfident. It's not even confidence, overconfident. Like, it's the audacity. How are you comfortable talking about this? Now the question should come, does your mom now know about this? What happened? Because being honest and going back to the African spiritual facts, yes, there's consequences of it. Adam, you have heard about it. You can't sleep with a relative. That's why you sleep with a relative, mtoto atatoka sijui anakaa aje, disfigured, you know, anakaa tu sijui aje, ako mlemavu, ako na mashida ya akili, ako tu yuko poa. So it's a taboo. Like, it's a taboo. You've heard of, if someone sleeps with their also like relatives, after you go engage with other partners, they all, I don't know, die, something like that. You know, you know, it's not superstitions. It's,
Can I ask something?
It's things that have been happening. Maybe your karma is yet maybe to face you, but
it is looking at you. Listen, let me ask this. Like, now imagine you're a guy, okay, and you married this girl, and you don't know nothing like
About
this.
this story.
Yeah.
I know.
She's always
So-
going to her father to
No. He's
Now
already
you-
dead. Like after
Okay.
this.
Now
Like,
imagine the people who have dated her.
like this time it actually sticks. You marry her and everything. So she gives you kids and whatever. And then one day she tells you this story. When you all have been married for
And you
like
have kids.
25, 30 years. She tells you this story. What do?
What do you do, Kamlesh?
No,
You are the
I
man.
was asking you.
No, you're the man
Ask
here.
you can't, just
You are the
forgive
man,
me.
eh?
In this picture,
You're the
don't
man.
want to explain what you do.
You have to
Kamlesh.
tell us what are you going to do. You're
What
the
do you
man.
do?
Leave number one. Number
Okay.
two.
You already
No,
have
like,
kids, and maybe you love her. She's your wife.
No, that changes everything.
Like you really sacrificed so much to be where you guys are.
I shall sacrifice some more to stay away.
Okay.
Okay, like by the way, this was a mistake. Okay, so that is like a mistake. Cause how are you sleeping with your dad though? Like, what is wrong with you? Like that, and then
Sex is energy.
unasikia vitu kama like whatever she's saying, that means they were going at it raw and shit.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'd also do the same.
So like, you mean your dad used to nut you?
I'd
No
leave.
offense, like,
Guy.
what do you mean though? You mean you had pregnancy scares with your father probably?
I don't know. So
I
you
don't
can
think
imagine if the
Olivia
dad
hapo.
was alive.
What do you mean
I hope
listen,
wakufika hapo.
Wongo.
Wakila mtu amewekwa now, so long as you're having raw sex with somebody, you'll be
No,
pregnant.
listen, Joby.
No, I'm not.
Joby,
I'm not.
thing
I'm not
is,
talking about pregnancy.
Scare.
I'm talking about even the audacity of.
He did all of that. They
Of
were even
course
calling
it
each other
happened.
baby. And they're doing what two
I feel
adults
like
do.
throwing up.
That's what she said.
you know,
It's crazy. It's crazy because why? First and foremost, it's immoral.
Why is this
First,
happening?
because you know why?
This is in Africa.
Number one.
This is crazy.
Number one, this is your father. Hizo vitu zote kama ni kuanzia biashara kufanya nini, if he wanted, he is supposed to
He
do
should
it.
do it. Yeah.
He should do it. Kukupea pocket money shule.
Baba
Hiyo
yako
ni
ni
kazi
pedo, by
ya,
the way.
hiyo ni kazi yako. Hiyo ni kazi ya mzazi. Unaelewa? There is nothing you feel like I'm supposed to actually be repaying my father through sex. Unajua? That's his responsibility. You are his kid. And then the crazy thing is, they started even this, I think maybe when she was in high school. Because
Yeah, she said she's when they were in high school.
when they were in high school. So imagine in campus, all that, like, so it took you to
10
university.
years.
It's I can't fathom it. I'm like, there's a lot of immorality in both of them. Like, hadi
That's
day.
so
Because
nasty.
anasema it was
So-
consensual. Nobody forced the
Personally-
other. So she really liked doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was enjoying doing it because she said it was consensual. Nobody forced the other. Two adults who agreed on this and this. How do you sleep with your father?
Ew.
How?
So nasty. So
And then you become
disgusting.
jealous of your mom.
Very, very disgusting.
Imagine
Like,
your
I
mom is
can't
innocent,
fathom.
anajua mtoto wake, babake ameenda kutembelea mtoto wake kampo.
Ew. Just. Ew.
Or hadi like innocent trips, because there have been people who have taken trips with their fathers and their mothers. Does it mean they're going to sleep with them now? Wow. So even your mom doesn't know umeenda trip na budako, utaka like, acha nitapeleka nani amekawia kwenda, kumbe unaenda pale kukuli. It's
Man,
sad.
that's so crazy.
It's sad.
why are you making it funny though?
It's not. But imagine alikuwa sema
Unaenda
anaenda trip.
kukulwa.
Si ameenda trip na budake. Literally, maybe familia yake najua, maybe too innocently asema, mimi naenda na nani, daughter wangu. Nobody would think about it in any way.
I remember personally, there was an uncle of mine, apart from the one who attempted to rape me. There was another one
What?
who alikuwa anani text, like unakumbuka, like tunakumbuka when you have this, like when you used to have family gatherings during the holidays, like shule zimefungwa. It's crazy because in today's era, especially since I think 2020, watoi waendi ocha anymore, like for holidays, like kitambo. For us, we used to, watu wengi kama especially born in Nairobi, shule zilikuwa zinafungwa, you guys go stay in Ushago
Yeah.
for that whole month, you interact with your kuzos, whatever, mjuane, so that you can avoid actually this, number one. This was the number one main reason of having family gatherings, or you getting to know your extended family, you know, and why you need to go visit them. And that was actually cool before now, so relatives became what we have today, you know, distant people and all that. To avoid, like, when you go to Nairobi, you're not meeting someone by accident, you know, this is my cousin. And because there's also those cases of people sleeping with their cousins, being married, then years later you find out that you're actually related. And it's because actually this marriage have also come with stay, where you mnaanza familia, mtaenda kuona wazazi like 20 years later, watu wakishagro naona ndo unaenda kuintroduce wife, you know. It's super crazy. But what was I trying to say? Kuna point nilipata kusema, I mean, I've lost the train of thought. Yeah, there was an uncle of mine after a family gathering. Actually, I think my first family gathering or second, of now meeting all the extended family members from my mom's side. Then I met them, and then I had a phone. And then at that time, I think my mom then come as a mgonjwa. So I had a phone to just communicate with people and everything. This guy started hitting on me. He started hitting on me.
And he's an uncle.
He started hitting on me. He's married. He has kids. I know he's my uncle, and I know from how close, actually related you really are to my mom. So I'm like, hey, this is wrong. You're not supposed to do this. No one has to know. You just need to go cut some coffee. I'm gonna take you places. What do you mean? You and I, as who? You know? And it's crazy because that actually, there are people and relatives who are really like that. They are really preying on, and that's something I was really questioning. What happened to the shame of, this is a taboo, you can't do this, you know, even approaching an undermined or an under 18, let me say it, at under 18, you know, kama ile story ya child sex trafficking. What happened to that shame and you just being scared to not want to do something that might get you jailed? Is it because the system is not working, or what really happened? It's something that actually needs to be questioned. This also happening, it's also, I think, comes to the keenness of also the moms or relatives, because how are these things happening and
no,
we
but
don't
you know,
notice?
innocently, jobuni baba mtoto. You'd never even think about
There are
it.
some things that are supposed to be just weird and all. That's what I'm saying. Maybe from where I'm coming from, the fact that I've not seen that love and affection, you know, and I don't know, because of also so many generations. Being honest, talk about the percentage of how many families, Shmani, in Africa to be specific, not Kenya. How many African families know about affectionate, and I'm talking about rich and poor, you know, because you know, even among the rich, kuna when you are now, they're not happy at all. How many families know about being you know, having affection, being family, sticking within, you know, with one another? If it's not all about dynasty, and I'm talking about dynasty, because when it comes to the dynasty, I have no choice. I've been following up so many, I think, series of understanding how dynasties works and why these families will stick together.
Everyone
no matter
has
what.
a role.
Yeah, you have a nakuna kutoka. Hata ikue mbaya aje, you're sticking there. But now I'm talking about the people who are just earning salary to salary, you know, mouth to mouth. People who can live a middle life or can have a compound and still, you know, survive. How many people know affection within the African families? Because
before we get there, let me answer something. I feel like we forget real quick that we are still battling underage marriages or kids being married off in so many communities across this country.
True.
Okay, so old men preying on young girls is something we actually trying to get rid of. It was normalized in African society. That's why you find a 40-something-year-old man back in the day.
Father.
No,
You could find
that's
someone
what I'm saying.
the age of your dad.
Let me finish. Let me finish. This one we are not even defending. Okay, this one, yeah, colleague. I'm talking about when you said underage girls and old men and or that sort of thing. We're actually trying to win a battle that has existed for a long time.
Okay.
Okay, because most girls got hit on by their high school teachers.
True.
A lot of girls had sex with their teachers in high school. Okay? Others even started in primary school.
So many confessions. lately.
Okay? Others, you'll find she was in class 7 or Form 1 and her boyfriend was 29. Naye kila holiday ilikuwa kupigwa tu miti kwa umse. Okay, upiga malap na gari, unaenda unapigwa miti, unarudi kwa mama yako. You get? So, it's something that we as a society need to take more seriously. Because if you remember as well, during the pandemic, there was so many cases of teenage pregnancies all across the country. And the perpetrators were middle-aged men most of the time. You get? So, like, it's something that is happening in our society, and it is not as acknowledged as when something perverse and weird like this happens, is when that conversation might be sparked up. But most of the time, it is swept under the rug, like it doesn't happen, like it's rare. It is not rare, actually.
True.
Okay? This is very common in today's society. That's why the entire whatever of sugar daddies
to
and
understand-
masponyo exists.
To understand what you're saying is, before I get to give Shmani the mic, to understand what you're saying is, because I feel personally, understanding where this
As in
is
you got
based
hit on by
from.
your uncle. Joe.
Yeah,
As in,
but also saying that
That's how
the
close it is
existence
to
of
home.
old men preying on young girls has existed. It's something we're fighting. Personally understanding it, I'll go back to what we were discussing, cultures and tradition, which was based on that. Because you'll find, talk about Muslims, talk about the northern
What
parts
are
of
cultures?
Kenya. Not all of them promote that.
Not
okay?
right now, but previously.
Previously, that's what I'm saying, previously.
Oh.
But now, looking at now,
What is
you're saying is that it's no longer about culture and tradition, or coming from this particular tribe that practices this. Everyone is included. You know, it's like an inclusivity of men from different cultures and traditions, tribes within the continent, not just Kenya, but who have normalized preying on young women.
Yes.
It has become a norm.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because look at it, as in, and it's like young girls, especially teenagers, are rowdy, rebellious, and they feel like they're women. Okay, because they now have tits and they get horny and they've made out a few times with some boys somewhere, right?
Oh, really?
We are talking about the typical
Okay.
whatever, like where most of them are rebellious. They wanna
Rebellious? Yeah.
you get.
Funny?
And now, what I'm saying is, you see, whatever, teenagers are teenagers, and then yeah, okay. So you find these old men have the means to take advantage of this rebellious nature and weaponize it for their using. Okay? And it doesn't, by old men, I mean anyone who's got an ID, kuendelea,
Yeah.
is too old for these kids. You should let kids experiment and grow with their age sets. See, what was your first sexual experience? Hey, it was with this 40-year-old guy. How old are you?
Damn.
14.
That's so sad.
You get? Or it was with my uncle when I was 12.
So sad.
You get? Or, you know, other sad things. You
But
know?
what's your take, Shmani?
I personally feel like, regardless, I'm just still looking at it from a space of people have lost touch of morals. And it's not even about also the old people. Also these young women, you know, they know what they're doing.
True.
Like,
exactly.
unapata unakanata au mademu nadetawa baba. They will come to
you know
your
the
face
difference
and they
between
will
right
tell
and
you.
wrong.
They will. Me, I don't mind. Now, right now, they're even telling me that's my type. People are getting comfortable saying that. Back then, ingekuwa embarrassing, and that's how you'd know. What are featured wa baba?
Bana.
Siku hizi it's a norm. Somebody tells you my type is 80, and you can't do anything about it. Unajua? And I'm like, it's not that they're even telling you They even don't want the young ones. Akiona mtumika yake, ako like, no, me, I can't deal with that shit again. And then you look at it from a space of also poverty. I don't know. We can say some people want more. Because I don't know, but kuna wenye tu wako like cheki, mi naendia jiedo. Unajua?
And
So
there's still wealthy girls that like old men.
yeah, you know. And it really just depends, literally. But again, there is lack of touch of morality when it comes to sleeping with a family member. Everybody knows. Hata Miss African society, ufai. Hata kazini yako, ufai. Once you realize you and this person are related, that is how the relationship is supposed to be ending. But it reaches a point where you're like really comfortable dating your cousin, knowing even very well this is my cousin, and you're still sleeping together. And you know very well, what assemblies if it don't work, these things work. Most in the African traditionals, wenye bado zinafanya hizo matabu. Zitakuja zikurambe. Maybe mtoto utazaa mtoto mwenye ako hivi. Lakini kuna kitu katafanyika. Unajua? So you really have to be like really, really super, super careful. So for me it's just eradication of morality literally in the society.
But staying factual, okay, like, yeah, that is very true. Staying factual, there is a lot of people in today's society, in this country and this continent, okay, who have actually had multiple sexual relations with their cousins, okay?
And that's what I'm saying.
We
It's
all know
not
a
okay.
friend or two who's done something.
Me, I don't know.
No, me I don't.
Me, I don't
Me,
know.
I do.
Me, I don't know.
Now,
Like, I've never had.
so
Me
especially, and these are the things. Ile tu napiga story na msee anapiga tu story fulani. Uko like, wala ulibonyanga kuzo wako buda. And you're like, god damn. You know, and it's a very Caucasian thing. You get, like, we never used to do this, by the way, like with relatives. Okay, hadi clan yako wenyewe you couldn't have relations within. You'd be sent kwingine endo kapeane huko.
Chased out.
Yeah, like, or even like it wasn't even allowed, and that's why sometimes you see that when girls will start ovulating, she's married off quickly. Okay, because now how they used to see it is now she is ready to be sexually active. Okay, that's how they used to look at it. And if you look at the age that you hear that girls used to get married off, it's around that time in Unaza. Yeah?
Crazy. But anyway, as we move on, talking about still
But that one
people
was, that
keeping
one
a
was
distance.
weird.
That was really, really weird. But also what is weird is also married men not keeping off, you know, also young girls. That is the same relation. Like you said, kuna watu sahi wako comfortable saying my type is 80, my type is, and then talking about the rate of HIV. Literally the rate of percentage of HIV has increased globally. I was looking at another update of today. In the UK, in the US, part of New York, HIV rate is super, super crazy. And it's running mostly amongst married people, according to the data. Like, married people are the ones who are literally so outside, and with young people. Like, older men with super young girls. Like, I'm talking about 19, 18, 17, you know, especially Juma, to like, the pedophile behavior is so super active. Ntanzola has something to say about it. Not someone mostly, of course, I'd say take advice from, but sometimes she does speak sense, being honest. That is just something I'd literally give her. There's sometimes if you listen to her, she speaks nothing but facts about some reality of life. But here she's addressing how married men need to keep off, especially number one, try to usikuje kunikatia kama ujaweka bibi yako vizuri.
Hannah Benta. What TikTok?
Yeah, she said, Sijui, if your wife Sijui is not comfortable, something like that, you can't come approach me. That's the same thing she's saying. And I feel like that is something that needs to be addressed. Also for you, as a lady who's going out with a married person, you need to find out the status of which I think the wife is at. Like,
question.
of which you don't need to go digging, but at
most
least
of them-
hapo yamewekwa poa.
Hawa
Really,
siku hizi ndio
so many
wanadamu.
women are so unhappy because a side chick is benefiting. Marriages are being broken because of that. And I'm not saying why usijinyime raha. There are men, yes, you are capable of making the wife and the side chick, both of them happy, but ensure also your wife is well kept. Don't let your wife look rusty and dusty, yet you're keeping a young girl who's not even the one you're gonna settle for, probably. Yako na mtu mwingine. You know, I'm just saying.
I agree, because first and foremost, let's not forget, polygamy is part of African culture.
Sure.
It is there. The first reason as to why, because that is side chick, the people who have upgraded their side chicks to their second wives, right? In the rightful way. First, you do it in the rightful way. First, the rightful way that was being considered is being taken care of well. So you can't tell me, if you really
Exactly.
can't take care of the first wife,
How are you
what
gonna take
makes
care of
the
me?
second wife or the
Special.
side chick that she's
Special.
going to be taken care of?
Exactly.
You know, because for a home to be peaceful, so that the wife can be comfortable, and that's why Muslims say you can marry as much, even 4, whatever, but it has to be equal. Everything, so that akunaga story mtu atafeel eti cheki hu mwingine anapata more than me, and that is what the problem is at. People, and siku hizi tawana ibu mwenye hata na shit, you don't have even your life figured together. You still have like a side, you have a girlfriend and a side chick, you have a wife and a side chick, and you're suffering. Can we not even call your sugar daddy? You're not. You're not anything close to that. In short, what I'm trying to say is you have to take care of, hata tu utaangalia tu venye bibi yake yako. Mimi nimeona wenye wanafanya hivyo, most of them ukiona, you see like they're well taken care of. Hata bibi hata shuku naenda uko nje, but you're out there
I feel
doing
like
whatever
actually
you
it's
are.
way comfortable. A bit older than my dad at that particular point, and I remember I was very straight, like, yo, this is no relationship, I want nothing to do with you, like a sitaki story and gifts. Did I ever sleep with him? Before it got to that, I'd already like hint. And I just love the fact, number one, he was always keeping me on toes, like, hey, tunaenda hivi na bibi yangu, mimi na bibi yangu like that just showed, number one, is someone who prioritizes family before anything else, which personally I did like. So children's stories as sijui kulala na wewe hell fucking no, that is not gonna happen. That is not sijui to book Airbnb. I didn't even know anything to do with Airbnbs, maybe hotels or whatever. At sijui twende wapi, we take a shower, and then after shower, what is happening? That is, stop playing with my mind. And then, like you said, missing total, like you're a grown-ass woman, like you said, when you start ovulating, the body, yes, kuna venye ina react. So someone telling you sijui twende hivi, and you know the consequences of you being two in a room, don't act stupid. Be sharp. I feel like as women, be sharp. I feel like women just
Mkafunga mlango. Ulijipeleka.
What's wrong with
Mkafunga
women?
mlango.
Get
Ukaambiwa
your
tuende
money,
tuoge.
stay educated, stop acting dumb out here.
Ukatoa nguo ukaingia kwa
It's
bafu.
crazy.
Gani umeacha bibi yako kwa nyumba anateseka na unataka msichana mrembo kama mimi, unataka kunitesa wewe? Kwanza enda uoshe bibi yako, umnunulie mafuta akae smart. Unataka kuongelesha wanawake wengine na hata una pesa za kuwapea wewe. Uwezi hata nunulia bibi yako nguo smart, viatu supu, umpeleke.
I swear. And can I sorry to say, but this comes
Kwanza
from
wenye umeacha mabibi ushago na kuja Nairobi.
it comes from experience.
Huko Nairobi ako na bibi alafu bibi yake ushago. Ana shetata kiumbe yo wanchuani ya sapa na
Bro,
gongeza.
my dad used to treat his side chicks so good. Like side chicks wake
Unaona?
yeah, me, that's why it got to a point where I got so mad, and I like, yo, I'm gonna nenda kukusema wewe, like imekuwa too much. You keep on bringing to young people here while your wife is there wearing madera, all Jesus amen, akikuombea life ikuwe mzuri, na huko ukuna pesa huko. Na tukikomba pesa ya mafuta hauna, lakini wewe pesa ya skala unukie vizuri. Unakumbuka skala?
I remember Scala.
Skala ni maptengina hapo ni glycerin. It smells so good. Like for men, it's like a men perfume oil. It's really good. Inanukianga poa. But I kosa hiyo. Hata kosa pesa kiatu. So me got to a point really I got super tired and I went and told my stepmom. Hey, she was mad. Alitoka nje na kisu, bro. Like she was super crazy. But because it's true. Sisi tunakula sukuma huko anaenda sijui mahoteli sijui wapi. Sisi tunaambiwa akikuja kwa nyumba kwa na masira venye hajatengeneza pesa. Hiyo ni shughuli yetu.
Pesa imetengenezwa kutoka kwa
me when I want to go my shughuli zangu anapeleka uses my time to go take his side chick outside. Mimi niseme form zangu.
But let me ask this. So like there's a qualification to being to indulging in infidelity. So let's assume bibi ako comfortable. So anaweza handle kitu on the side. Does that qualify me to cheat?
And I'm not saying on her face.
No, not on her face.
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm saying like sasa upon the
why cheat?
No,
but
like
why are you
in
cheating?
this
Number
case,
one, why you just cheating?
In this case, we are trying to find the qualifications, not like the morality of it, but the qualifications.
Oh,
no,
don't say
it doesn't.
Say a second wife.
No, yeah, it doesn't qualify. It doesn't qualify. Exactly. No, it doesn't qualify. Just because I'm comfortable, why are you not comfortable? Why? What are you seeking outside? Huh?
More.
Utakatwa mdeki uko nje
More.
Salon kazi ni kumtesa, alafu nakuja hapa kuniambia hey pretty, which pretty, toka hapa. Mimi nimekuwa na mwanaume mwingine mwenye ananifanyia vitu na ka smart. Unataka wanawake wenye na ka smart na uwezi spend kunguni wewe. Ende ukatengeneze bibi yako akae smart, acha kuongelesha wanawake wengine.
Kunguni wewe. I also don't like that. Trust me, I don't care which car you're driving. I'm not giving you my attention. Always. Kwanza mimi swali ya kwanza ni uko na bibi. I swear. Yes, unaweza nisimamisha cause kuna watu always don't like assuming also watu kila mtu anakusimamisha na gari ni kila mtu anakukatia, you know, cause kila kuna madem you always have that thought of everyone is trying to stop you, they're just trying to hit on you, you know. Sometimes it's always, you never know. Maybe umetoka kitafutwa amekupata, you know, unajua so you need different background, so
unapeleka kwa underground,
you know. So I like do that's mama, yes, because there's a time like I like giving an example what happened right here outside the studio. There's a time I think I was waiting for a certain delivery, can't remember. I was waiting for a delivery, then there was a guy who was coming with I think a Mercedes or something, a classic car. Aka, hey, mambo fiti, you look nice, thank you. Si twende hivi. Excuse me.
Yeah, twende
wapi? Excuse, I'm waiting for a delivery and plus I don't know you, so what do you mean twende hivi? We're gonna come back, you don't worry, you're gonna come get the delivery. I was pissed off. I was like, man, I just walked away, you know, because it's I don't know, it's the assumption of kila dem ako ready to kuenda ama what is it?
Gari na wapandishaga kiburi, I don't know. Because in Tanzania that is not what happens.
What happens in
iPhone
ndio kusema. Hata ukuwe umeparana
aje. Na gari kauna iPhone na wasiki.
Bana, it's crazy, but literally as we come to the end of today's conversation, hope you guys have enjoyed. For those who shall be catching this on a replay, let us know what you think about the first story, because that is literally a whole taboo in Africa today, and it was and still a taboo. But the fact that this is happening, we don't know where this behavior is literally outgrowing from. And of course, last but not least, if you're a married person, keep your pants to yourself and to your wife, okay? We don't want your woozy coochie or whatever. We don't want nothing to do with you, you know. Keep your boxers to yourself and to your wife. That is all we literally ask. But with that being said, see you guys later on the Africa Today show, and Hamlet is coming back with Sports Roundup.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Kindly take care of yourself first so that you can take care of others. So even you as a man, you're not well kept, your wife is not well kept, and you're coming for a second wife. Kindly jiheshimu sana. But much love, take care of yourself, and see you same time, same place on Thursday.
Ngoja Hamlet, before you answer, a very weird question. Do men who have slept around, kuna wanaume wanakuanga na balls zimehoha?
Hoha.
Inakaa imeshirika. Inakaa kama balloon haina hewa.
how am I supposed to know? I go around looking at guys' balls like, hey, how are your balls, man?
How did you dinyana around ama?
I don't. Actually, that question is best answered by a woman. Okay, tell
No,
us.
we don't have
Ama
balls.
do balls so how when it's cold ama ni how to like mimi nataka kwenda ni baridi ama ni kudinyana.
How am I supposed to know? Like,
No, kuna balls ziko stiff na kuna balls zimehoha. Unajua balls zimehoha.
zinakaaje?
Kuna mse mwingine hapo mshauri.
What kind of balls are you dealing with, Jovi?
No, mine are fine, bravo. Hey.
You got balls.
Okay, no.
Kuna ugonjwa.
Yeah, it's okay.
Guys.
You need to tell us, Jovi, man.
No, mine are good, trust me.
Jovi got balls.
Nah, not those ones, but yeah. Not those ones. Those ones, yeah. Okay, but kuna the reason Jadi I had to ask another guy, like nimuuliza kama wanaume wao watatu.
Wanasema hawajui.
No, someone else told me it's baridi, someone else says they are jaiona.
Yeah. First of all, mwenye anasema ni baridi.
Si baridi.
Wani amekuwa akienda
I didn't say they are cold, I said zimehoha. Zinaka like shrinked skuma, you know, like alafu na juzi nakwanga na maline series
Shrinked skuma.
much love, family. Have a good day. See you guys later on the African TV. Zimehoha. Kuna venye hoho ikienda kuganda, ikienda kuoza venye inakaanga hivyo.
They look bad.
Yeah. Alafu ni mbaya kwanza akiwa, alafu ni mrefu. Biko ni mrefu. Jovi kugonga nasikia tukuta. Ni maballs tu zimehang zinakugonga.
God damn.